Greetings, everyone. It is September the 30th, 2014, and what you're looking at is we are getting ready for a live news conference on the very first case of Ebola in the United States of America. I want you to know that I am covering this and I am sticking with this because I want you to understand the very importance of what is going on and what is taking place. And we are going to go live to this as soon as they are ready. But talking about being ready, we need to be ready. These are the very end of the end days now. Let me take you to the book of Matthew, Matthew 24, beginning at verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. We're going to go to the book of Psalm in one moment, but what I want you to understand is now the powers that be that really run this country, the New World Order, for their New World Order, for it to work, you've got to understand the workings behind Agenda 21 and population control. They need to reduce the population. And they've tried many different ways, and we have sat by throughout all of this. And I think the American people are just too strong. With their chemtrails and what they're spraying in the skies, it's working, but it's not working fast enough. Now everything has accelerated. We're a short time, a week away from the second of the 4 blood moon tetrads. October the 8th is right around the corner, and I think things are going to escalate very quickly when we're talking about end-time Bible prophecy. The chemtrails have been working, but it's taking too long. They need to reduce the population, and people are getting sick. Getting sick from the chemtrails, the chemicals that they are spraying, and getting cancer, but it's not working quick enough. Then they try one event after the other to disarm the American people, to have the American people willingly give up their Second Amendment rights and turn in their guns so they could have a complete takeover, to bring America down. America has no place in end-time Bible prophecy. To have this new world order, this one world government, the people of the United States of America have to be willing to go, those that don't fit their agenda, to be taken away into internment camps. And I want you to do your own research on Agenda 21 and on the Noahide laws. We've seen one case after the other of lethal injection and not working. And I want you to do some research into guillotines in the United States of America. Everything is happening so quickly. And to disarm the American people, we've seen the Sandy Hook, one event after the other. The American people have stood strong since 9/11. And we have uncovered the truth. The Boston Marathon bombing, the Dark Knight Rises, Batman theater shooting, Sandy Hook, and that has all just come out. Now they have the Ebola virus, and I believe that whatever you do, do not take the vaccine for this virus. As we're waiting, let me take you to Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence, plagues, that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Again, do your research on Agenda 21 of population control. Remember the Georgia Guidestones of bringing down the population. They have to do this quickly now. We are on the verge with what's going on in Syria and with ISIS and the beheadings, and now this first case in the United States of Ebola, of this virus. And whatever you do, they have to do this quickly. They're moving fast now. Do not search your heart. Do your research. Do not take the vaccine. Sorry for the buffering here. This is live.
Thank you for coming to visit with us today. The Federal Centers for Disease Control has confirmed that a patient admitted to this hospital has tested positive for Ebola virus, the cause of Ebola virus disease. The hospital has been and is following all the CDC and the Texas Department of Health recommendations to protect the safety of our patients, our medical and other staff, volunteers, physicians, and visitors. We are working closely with representatives from the Centers for Disease Control, the Texas Department of Health and Human Services, the Dallas County Department of Health and Human Services, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services on a coordinated response, and we're taking every step possible to manage this situation. If you have other questions, there is a website which is www.texashealth.org, which will have access and links for questions that you might have on that.
Texas Health Dallas has a robust infection control system, and our staff is trained and prepared to take care of patients with a variety of infectious diseases, including Ebola virus disease. An epidemiologic emergency policy is in place at the hospital. And infection prevention and emergency management are working closely together to stay abreast of ongoing developments. The hospital is operating as normal, with clinicians caring for patients and other hospital employees supporting those caregivers as they do every day.
The patient has been in appropriate isolation, which according to CDC is called contact isolation and droplet precautions, since they arrived for this admission on Tuesday. Our staff is thoroughly trained in infection control procedures and protocols. We have been meeting literally for weeks in anticipation of such an event.
The purpose of hospitals is to care for the sick and the injured and the ill, and to advance knowledge about health and well-being.
I want to interrupt for a moment. I know the video is buffering, but we were talking about reptilian and shape shifting. It's almost like they're shape shifting. I'm sure someone's going to do a video on that. This is very strange, very odd. Because I sat here anyway, waiting before I turned the video on again, and this was not doing this. I was just watching a very clear picture of, I believe it's the press sitting in the chairs, and look at the video. It's almost like it's not playing, and they're morphing or something. Maybe they're cutting the camera. I don't know. I don't want to get into reptilian and grays and demonic. I'm not saying aliens. I'm talking about demonic entities. This is very, very strange. Look at that. I can't understand what they're saying, but look at that. Now the picture's clear. If any of you have been watching this live, this did not do this until these two gentlemen came on, or two demons or whatever they are came on, camera.
That's when the information became more clear. But even then, it wasn't completely clear, and it's still evolving. We're getting newer information as each day goes on. Well, I can't speak to the people outside of the hospital, but what we're determining when we're looking at all the people who might have had contact, there doesn't appear to have been any significant exposure, because only exposure requires exposure to blood or body fluids. And at the time of that visit, he wasn't that ill, he wasn't having any body fluids, he wasn't having vomiting or diarrhea. Well, I wouldn't say there's no concern. We're certainly going to track all the people who had contact with him, and we're going to watch them and monitor their health. Of course. I'm not certain of that, but I believe he came on his own on the first visit. The second visit, he was brought by emergency medical inmates.
Very strange. Very strange that I don't hear and I have my volume all the way up. And look at it pixelating. I don't know if that's intentional or look at his face. And then it freezes. I'm not doing this. I am not controlling this in any way. I want you to remember Barack Obama. We can't understand what these, if they are human or what is going on here. What they are trying to give to the press and the American people, but something's out of place here. Remember, Barack Obama signed an executive order that anyone with suspicious respiratory illness can be detained indefinitely, and intentionally and indefinitely, and put into quarantine against their will. All right. Let me know in the comment section if you watched this live. This is breaking live video. You can see right here live. If this has happened as you are watching this, it's like it's not audible. You can't see their face. They're morphing. It's almost like a reptilian shape-shifting of some type, demonic. I'm not talking about extraterrestrial. I'm talking about demonic. We are in the very end of the end days, and the video has stopped again. Hold on. I'm going to cut it here because we can't hear this. So I'm going to stop that right here. And that's all we're getting is you can't see the face clearly. Leave me comments, whatever you do. Again, Agenda 21, we are at that point right now. They are going to go full steam ahead now, and we're approaching the second of the 4 blood moon tetrads. This is it. This is the beginning of the end. Whatever you do, if you are not saved, call upon Jesus to come into your heart today. Leave me comments. Let me know in the comments section whatever you do. If you watch this live, if it was clear. Let's give it a few more minutes.
But like I said earlier, some of that information is changing, so more we get information from him.
Audio from the press conference.
Somebody in the background talking about the audio. Very strange. Very strange. All the way up.
I'm sorry, that's not information that we have, and the CDC that we looked at.
Leave me comments, everyone. Something is out of place. Whatever you do, do not take the vaccine, and be ready. Be ready. Make sure you are ready. This is it. I truly believe that there is no more time. That they want this to go full steam ahead. Leave me comments, please.